You know, we all worry about what happens when the power goes out. But what if I told you the real danger, the one that can silently wreck your home's most expensive electronics, happens the moment the power comes back on? Today, we're looking at a threat that's hiding in plain sight, your electrical panel.
Think about that feeling of relief you get when the lights flicker back to life after a storm. Well, this quote completely flips that on its head. It suggests that the exact moment we think the problem's over is actually when the biggest threat to our home begins. So yeah, what's the deal? Why is this moment so risky? It's a fantastic question. And honestly, the answer uncovers a huge vulnerability in pretty much every modern home. To get it, we really need to understand what's happening when the entire grid suddenly roars back to life. Okay, so let's dive right in. We're going to break down what a power restoration surge actually is and why it basically turns your own home into a target for electrical damage. So picture this. It's not like turning on a faucet nice and easy. It's like a fire hose being turned on at full blast all at once. You get this chaotic, super high-speed spike of voltage that just slams into every single circuit in your house simultaneously. And here's the kicker. If you don't have something specifically designed to absorb that violent spike, your home's entire electrical system has to take the hit. Your wiring, your panel, and yep, all your expensive electronics, they're forced to become the surge protector. Now, this damage isn't always some big, dramatic explosion. Not at all. It usually happens in one of two ways. One is instant, you'll know it right away. But the other is like a silent killer, just slowly weakening your system over time. So, first up, the immediate, obvious damage. Think about all the things that make our homes work today. That big screen TV, your computer, the router for your Wi-Fi, even the smart control boards in your fridge or your washer. These things are incredibly sensitive. A single surge can just, poof, fry their circuits in a fraction of a second. But what about those smaller surges, the ones that don't instantly kill a device? Well, that's the second and honestly more sneaky type of damage. These repeated, smaller surges are like tiny little hammer blows, just slowly chipping away at the components inside your walls and in your electrical panel. And make no mistake, this slow decay is not harmless. Every single one of those little hammer blows weakens connections, it stresses wires, it wears things down. And over time, that directly increases the risk of a catastrophic failure, and that includes the very real danger of an electrical fire. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Hang on, I've got a panel full of circuit breakers. Isn't that what they're there for? And you know, that's a totally reasonable assumption to make, but it's also a really dangerous misconception. It all comes down to speed and purpose. Think of it this way. Circuit breakers are the tortoise. They are designed to stop a slow building heat overload, like when you plug in too many things at once. But a power surge, that's the cheetah. It's a nearly instantaneous voltage spike. They're built to solve two completely different problems. So here's the bottom line. A circuit breaker is just too slow. The damage from a voltage surge happens in milliseconds. That's way faster than a physical, mechanical breaker can even begin to trip. By the time your breaker realizes something's wrong, your expensive electronics are already toast. So if breakers can't save you, what's the answer? Well, it really boils down to a pretty simple financial choice for every homeowner. Do you want proactive protection, or do you want to deal with reactive and very, very expensive replacement? The math on this is surprisingly simple. The cost of replacing your stuff after just one big power surge can easily be more than the one-time cost of protecting your entire home from the very beginning. I mean, let's just look at the two scenarios. On one side, you've got a single surge event. We're not just talking about losing a TV. It could be the control board for your entire HVAC system, your refrigerator, your computer. The bills can add up insanely fast. On the other side, a single one-time investment for a professional to install whole home protection. So let's just tie this all together. First, the big takeaway. The real danger isn't the power going out, it's the power coming back. Second, your circuit breakers, as important as they are just the wrong tool for this job. They can't stop these high-speed surges. That, of course, means all your modern electronics are sitting ducks. Which leads us to the final point. Whole home protection really isn't an expense. It's an investment in your home's safety and your own peace of mind. So, I'll just leave you with this question to think about. We all lock our front doors, right? We protect our homes from threats we can see. But after all this, it's worth asking yourself, Is your electrical system, the main digital door to your home, wide open?